Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities and Non-Academic Staff Union of Educational and Associated Institutions have issued a directive to their members across the country to mobilize for the nationwide protest. Now, this follows the recent breakdown of dialogue between the Ministers of Education and Labour and the Joint Action Committee of the two bodies. Well, in a circular released to all branch chairmen of the two unions and made available to the media, the union said the protest would commence on Tuesday, that's tomorrow, across state chapters of the Federation, and a national protest in Abuja on July 18. Well, the circular was jointly signed by the General Secretary of NASU and the National President of SSANU, Peters Adeyemi and Mohammed Ibrahim.
Let's bring in Dr. Makolo Hassan, who is the National President of the Non-Academic Staff Union of Educational and Associated Institutions. Good to see you, and thanks for your time. A whole lot happening, and just when we thought that we'll always just go straight on and fix the country, we're getting to hear that NASU and your associated bodies are gearing up for another battle with the government. This time around, let's recap what the issues are.
Thank you very much. The issues are still the same issues you have known over the time. And this stems from the 2009 agreement that is overdue for renegotiation. We're doing it up to a time, and on the part of the government side, the negotiation has broken down. We have been expecting right from the former Minister of Education, Adamu, to reconvene. And we went to the extent of even writing an agreement incorporating all the issues involved. These issues are the 2009 agreement. Then we have outstanding of earn allowances, which was agreed at 50 billion. For all workers in the university system. That was incorporated in the agreement. We talk about the inconsistencies of the IPPIS, which to some extent, the government says it is off. But what we hear is that we now have new IPs. So we wonder whether the former IPs has given birth to the new IPs. So technically, we are still under IPs. Then we were agitating because of state universities. You find out that some governors will be owing state university workers for over 4, 5, 6 months. You ask yourself, how much is this salary that one will owe? And while we were on that process, we talked to government, we did all the dialogue, it didn't work. And we went on strike in 2022. And that strike, no work, no pay was brought in. But when this president came on board, he said he has given a waiver, whereby we were expecting that this money would be paid. And so we expected all in vain. The money was not paid. About 2 months ago, we went on warning strike. We were called upon by the current Minister of Education, and he promised us something would be done. The House Committee on Tertiary Institutions came into it, and they made a resolution. They said they'll pass to the government. But up till now, nothing is done.
So it does seem that this is a basket case that refuses to go away, whether it's a NASU threatening to strike or ASU, the Academic Staff Union. Apparently, it doesn't seem that you're both on the same page, ASU and NASU, since they've been paid the 4 months outstanding.
Yeah.
What exactly was government's commitment at the time that you had this agreement with the federal government?
Yes, if you talk of the agreement of the 2022, of course, the government then, under Adamu, made a promise. Even the 50 billion he told us it was already budgeted for. It will be made available. And even the 4-month withheld salary, he said it will be paid. That was why in that agreement, we put that no workers will be victimized for going on strike.
Right.
So holding on to this salary means we have been victimized. That is where we are.
You know, your pain can actually be felt right in the studio for a promise. There's a government as a continuum, and for a promise from a government that was in its dying days, 2022. They were all leaving office, and you were promised that the money was already ready. Until this moment, this is 2024. The question will be, what form of conversation are you having with the new Minister for Education, knowing full well the importance of what this means for an agreement that is long overdue since 2009?
Yes. Yes, we have commitment with the current Minister of Education. The first time we met with him while we were on strike, we told him we are going to give him...
That's the word in strike?
Yes. We told him we'll give him the benefit of doubt. That instead of going on indefinite, we'll allow him time to see what he can do.
So why aren't you living up to that promise, though?
Yes.
You've said not indefinite.
And we have given time.
How much time?
Nothing. About 2 months now. Nothing. The House Committee on Education called us and they equally talk with us. They will do their best. They say they have sent to the presidency. Then the Minister of Education said it's before the presidency. So our own concern now, which aspect of the presidency? On the president's table, or who is holding
NASU is not just any union. So NASU should be specific on, you know, the communication you're having with government. So let's bring this to specifics.
Okay.
Where exactly is your communication, your reminder? Is it with the minister or the presidency? In this case, perhaps I may be the office of the Secretary of Government.
The way it is, university system, our direct ministry is Ministry of Education. Whatever communication we have will be channeled to the Minister of Education. And whatever information we intend to hear will go to him to hear it. And he told us it is before the presidency.
When was this conversation? When was this meeting?
Last week, Thursday.
So that means it's before the presidency. If it's before the presidency, isn't that indicative of shelving your strike that is coming, the protest? Because there's already a promise. You haven't even waited for that.
The issue now, if it was before the presidency 2 months ago, last week is before the presidency. When is he going to live there?
Okay, so
somebody has to talk to us.
It's a question that's truly begging for answers. Now, let's talk about some of your demands. And there seem to be multiple demands, a lot on your plate that you're asking government to do. You're asking for full autonomy. Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, you're also asking for, you know, the 4 months outstanding payments and other things that you're asking for. What are the low-hanging fruits? Which one would you say is foundational to solving the university's problems once and for all?
Well, I hope either at this station, I was here before, the best the government can do is to enter into agreement and do not renege. What you know you can do, you enter into it with the union and you do it, you will reduce agitations. If you say you will do ABC and we come to term and we say it's okay and you sign, you go by it. Like you say, government is a continuous thing. What Adamu has endorsed is binding on the current minister. So I reminded them last week, the papers are there. Look at this paper and pick 1, 2 things. Then we'll know you are working.
From your angle, from your point of view, what would you say government really should address?
Now, immediately.
Yes.
The agitations of our members now is because of the level of poverty in the land. Now you withheld their 4 months salaries since 2022, when the Naira was a little bit strong. Today, as we talk, even if you pay that money, it cannot buy things that ordinarily it would have bought last year. So if the members begin to hear gring, you know what that means, alert.
Right.
Before they break, they say, Presi, something is happening. It means all our meetings with the government and agitations are yielding fruit.
So in other words, the first thing government
The
should
first
address
burner,
now
is that
the
outstanding 4 month.
And quickly here, because we understand some of your members sadly are no more. For those who have passed on without these monies being paid, how are you likely to get this also resolved with the families of such deceased?
Yes, for those that have gone to glory, that is the way we put it, if the money is paid, they have their next of kin. And apart from this money, there are other entitlements that the union will have to follow up for the family. So
let's talk about full autonomy. I'm interested in that. How, how much of a difference really would it make to the university system?
Yes, autonomy is a good thing if actually is full, quote and unquote. Full in the sense that the autonomy law prescribes that establishment circulars will not affect the university system by virtue of autonomy. It means you cannot see a circular from office of the secretary to the federation and translate it to apply to the university. No. The university council will be given the capacity to take decisions to a larger extent. But the autonomy, to me, to some extent, is not too absolute because somebody is still paying our salaries. And they say
would you want financial autonomy?
Exactly, that's where I'm going.
Right.
Because as it stands now, if you want the absolute autonomy, it means the children of the poor masses will not go to our school.
So in other words, it's a pretty tough call that we're on. I would like to thank you, Dr. Makolo. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.